How's it going, folks? So today I'm going to be checking out a band called Gray Sky Bleed, and the name of this song is Burden of Dreams. I don't believe I've heard of this band before or checked out anything before, so I'm very curious to see what this is all about. So, without further ado, let's find out, shall we? Rangers, go.
Is laden with the echoes of pain. The soul is lashed with relentless shame, and haunted by visions, and my lost within. Roaming in the maze, where memories lie, the burden of grace, the I plot forward from myself, got deeper means, shouldering the weight of the burden of dreams, am I haunted by visions, and my lost within. Roaming in the maze, where memories lie. One soaring so high, like crows in the night, burning out with clipped wings. It's a mortal goodbye. But the memory remains in my burden, in my dreams. Am I haunted by visions? Am I lost within? Roaming in the maze, where memories lie, the burden of grace, the burden of grace, the burden of grace.
Wow, it like ended quicker than I thought. I was like waiting for like more. It felt like that was where the bridge was going to happen. Wow. I guess because the song, it has a real kind of deliberate, kind of prodding, groovy sort of momentum to it that you kind of get caught up in it, and that kind of stretches the time because it was like Well, I guess it was a little under 4 minutes because you have to take into account that little Art Gates Records, intro. But still, like it felt like it went by faster than I thought, and it was just interesting too. Like it didn't seem like there was like a clear bridge or something. Like I was kind of waiting for a guitar solo or something. I mean, it's not necessary. It's just what I thought was going to happen, but it's over. Man, one thing I gotta say though, that main guitar riff, bum, 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 I just never got tired of that. I don't think I would ever get tired of that. And that in conjunction with like the kind of group vocals, just kind of singing there, the that kind of thing. That combination was just amazing every single time. Man, and then you have like the lead vocalist, the burden of dream. It was just really, really cool. I just love that section there, like of like the chorus or whatnot. It's just awesome because that main guitar riff is just so good. I mean it. Oh God, it just has such a cool sound, such a cool vibe to it. And then again, those like backing kind of group singing vocals. And then like in the chorus section when he's singing the burden of dream, it just, man, I mean, it just hits. It's just awesome. Those moments are just amazing, just absolutely amazing. Every time, oh man, I loved it. For the rest of the song, it's very interesting. I feel like this is the kind of song I'd have to listen to multiple times because like the verses and like pre-chorus and all that kind of stuff, it has a very kind of interesting sort of vibe, like sort of approach. Like the whole song kind of has this groove to it. But then there's like, in slightly unorthodox kind of nature, almost like a proggy kind of approach to how like the music goes. It doesn't just follow like a straight line. It's just kind of, it keeps kind of moving and it feels like it's adjusting and stuff like that. And even like the vocal melodies, the way that they're delivered, it just has a very, very interesting sort of arrangement and style that I feel like you have to hear it like multiple times to really kind of make sense of it or to really kind of get into it. I mean, as it stands, I still thought it was cool, but I wasn't as like drawn into all of that as I was like that main guitar riff and like that chorus, the burden of dreams part and all that. So I'm not sure like what all is kind of considered to be the chorus, if that is the chorus or if some of that before that is the chorus. So that's the case in point. Like the way the stuff was arranged and set up and all that, it makes it hard to kind of make clear distinctions between the different sections of the song. And I think that's also why I was surprised that it ended, because again, it just had an unorthodox sort of feel. Like there was no clear like bridge or anything like that, at least not that I could tell off of first listen. So it just had a really interesting structure, which I think is kind of cool because it sort of defies, what you would expect from a song and whatnot. Great voice. Great voice. Like the way when he first started out in the song with like a real kind of like falsetto, I was like, wow, this is different. This is neat. And then he kind of, it normalized a little bit away from that just like falsetto. But what a interesting and cool way to start the song vocally. And then the rest of the vocals, I mean, he's just got a really, really nice voice, a great range, and just a real solid quality in his voice that, it was just really good. The verse is interesting, like musically, especially in the verses, kind of reminded me of the band Tool a little bit, the way that you had like the bass going and then the melody that the guitar was kind of playing and then that sort of kind of again just sort of unorthodox kind of approach, and it just had that kind of Tool sort of sound to it, to me anyway, predominantly in the verses, but But yeah, I mean, it was neat. It was again groovy. I like that the bass was a large part of the song. I always dig that kind of thing. The guitar work was great. Of course, like every spot of like the guitar, I thought was great. But that especially that main riff, I can't get over that main riff. Is just so tight. And again, with the rest that goes on during that main riff, just awesome. Um, and yeah, I mean the vocal melodies were interesting. Again, it's just this song. The best way I can say it just doesn't follow like a straight line. But that's cool. Like it just kind of moves at its own way. And it's just different. But I thought that the vocal melodies they fit within the rhythm nicely. Like nothing sounded like weird or like out of place as far as the melody goes. It fit the style. It fit the vibe that the music had. So it worked hand in hand that way. And again, just vocally, I thought he was really, really solid. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what I got to say. And then whether it's like a pre-chorus or like the first part of the chorus, there's a little bit of kind of a build-up, but it doesn't stray too terribly far from the vibe or the style of the verses. It follows a similar kind of format to it. But then you get that when that riff comes in, and then the burden of dream, it just man, it just hits. I mean, talk about like a linchpin in the song. The rest of it all kind of is moving around you, swirling. You're kind of trying to make sense of like what's happening, but then that part hits, and it's like, oh yeah, you feel like you're in your safe space, and I just love that chorus, man, so good, that riff. But yeah, musically and stuff, really impressive, really interesting style. But I like the sound. Definitely a talented bunch. I really enjoyed the vocalist. So yeah, this is a band I'm definitely going to keep my eye on to see what they release in the future. I don't know if they're working on a new album or anything like that, but yeah, definitely a cool song without a doubt. But let me know, folks, in the comments down below. What do you think of this one here? Have you heard of this band before? Let's talk about it. I'll catch you next time. Ranger out.